In Kapedo area are in hot pursuit of criminals who murdered a senior GSU officer on Monday. Also in the wanted list are several political leaders who Matiang'i says have been fanning and funding violence in the volatile Kapedo area. Our reporter Mwangi Maina begins our broadcast tonight.
These are the scenes at the infamous Kapedo, the border between West Pokot and Baringo County, that has claimed tens of lives for years on end, including police officers, the latest being Emadau Temako, a GSU Deputy Operations Director killed Monday in cold blood at this very same border of death. Military trucks, police choppers and foot soldiers combing through every nook and cranny to bring Kapedo murder perpetrators to book. After this an unprecedented security operation, Interior CS Fred Matiangi'i says Kapedo will become a shadow of its former self. The glory of murder, cattle rustling and banditry will long be gone, he insists.
That part of our country has been very costly to us in the security sector. We have lost security officials there. We have lost Ngao officials there. We have lost innocent Wananchi. And there is a culture in that part of our country which seems to protect negative and criminal armament that disguises, first of all, as cat rustling, but in actual fact, it is funded. And I want to say this, it is funded.
Matiang'i says Kapedo violence is a well-orchestrated plan, funded war and chaos by local leaders who then hide under the guise of cattle rustling. He has now put the leaders on notice, and he says their days are nigh.
We are in hot pursuit of certain people, including leaders. And I want to assure the country on this particular score, we are going to act very decisively. And we will make sure that those who are involved in that are facilitated to meet with the law. Because that will not happen. And then by the time we are done with what we are doing there, it will be a story to be told in generations to come when there will be no such violence in that place.
Even as Matiang'i insists that the operation will only be called off after the last criminal has been brought to book, officers will indubitably be faced by several hurdles brought about by Kapedo's rough and unforgiving terrain. Bandits have mastered the art of cornering security officers in the deep valleys of Kapedo. Air surveillance is currently being conducted to flush out bandits.
They asked for us to move there. We have moved our policing resources there, and we are going to increase very stiff resources in that part of the country. I am asking those who know those people who murdered our senior police officer to surrender them. But if they don't want to surrender them, we will still go for them. We will look for them. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take us. And it does not matter what resources we are going to use. We will get them and bring them to justice.
Petroleum and Mining CS John Munyes attributes the Kapedo violence to boundary and land disputes and not cattle rustling as local leaders postulate.
Tumeshindwa kuamua mipaka yetu. Serikali ije iamue mara moja. Na ndio shida.
The Interior Ministry has also trained its eyes on the northeastern region, which has also faced several banditry attacks. Matiang'i and his team have vowed to wipe out criminal elements in the area brought about by conflicts over pasture, water, and boundary disputes.
Mainly has been the sharing of pasture and water, and the conflicts around them, including some element of cattle rustling. And we have agreed that as leaders, we should take the leadership to come together as leaders of Garissa and Wajir and ensure that our people continue to live in peace.
So we have taken responsibility to work together and ensure peaceful coexistence of our people, because these are the same people, Kenyans.
Matiang'i was speaking after a high-level meeting with elected leaders from Northeastern and the Inspector General of Police at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiangi'i now says the spate of violence witnessed in the northeastern region has something to do with the 2022 polls. Matiang'i now promising an unprecedented security operation that will lead to the disarmament of all the armed bandits in northeastern region. Mwangi Maina, TV 47 from KICD, Nairobi.
To some